My philosophy is simple. It's making the game as fun as possible for the kids. And along the line of making it fun, you're teaching them the skills to play the game, but to play the game creatively. Managers manage college teams and manage professional teams. We need good teachers. And one of the things that we've done here at the Soccer Club is, in my last 10 months, is we're placing coaches at the grassroots levels. Our top coaches are at the grassroots levels, where they're going to teach the skills, where they're going to teach the fundamentals correctly. And that's what we're looking at, because if the kids are learning the game, and they're having fun, and they're competing and they're doing their best, they're going to stay longer in the game. If their skills up to the age of 14, if they don't acquire a certain level of competency as far as playing the game, they will drop out. And statistics have shown that kids at 13 or 14 drop out, not because, they don't no longer want to play the game. It's because it's not fun, because coaches are emphasizing winning at all costs. They're not learning the skills. So if they're not learning the skills, then they cannot play the game at a tactical level, which is a thinking level where they can make decisions. So we are very strong at making sure that our younger teams are coached by coaches that will teach the fundamentals and break down the game. One of our class for next year, I've chose Coach Mike Martin, which is the head coach of the University of South Alabama, to be our intent coach. And part of my reasoning with that is if we get them started on the right track, all you have to do when they're in high school is matching players and just managing their personality, making sure that you're putting the right connection, and that's basically. The other thing is, I want my players to have the freedom to be creative, to express themselves as far as on the field, not to be rigid in the way they play. Part of that is really fun, because now the player and the ball is the most important thing. Kids cannot like to just run and not touch the ball. So even when we're training, our practices, there's no laps, there's no lectures, there's no lines where the kids are standing in long lines. So usually I go into a lot of different communities that I watch soccer and stuff, and I sit back and watch. I see a line of 10 players, one ball, one goalkeeper, and everybody's drilling the goalkeeper. And who's getting the best training? The goalkeeper, but not the players. I even at one point, about 6 months ago, I was at a park and I got to watch, and at times the kid took a shot, and by the time he came back to take the shot, 2.5 minutes had gone by. That 2.5 minutes was dead time where the kid did not think, did not run, they were not involved. So we try to encourage our coaches and teach our coaches to make it fun for the kids, because if you do that, they're going to come back. They're going to come back to practice, they're going to go home, they're going to be excited, and hopefully along that line that we teach them the values that comes with being on a team. Whether it's discipline, teamwork, sacrifice, sportsmanship. There's a lot of things that can be learned. And if we do the right thing, then what would happen is that these kids will recommit. But now when they recommit, they're going to recommit above to a higher level. So now they're going to take it serious a little bit more. And now they're going to say, maybe, Mom, Dad, can you take me out to the park just to play by myself? Or go in the backyard and just work on their skills. So that's what we want to do. We want to create an environment where kids are excited about playing the game, where kids are excited about practicing, where kids are excited about being part of the team. And it all starts from good coaches that understand the different stages of development that the child goes through, uh, a good, solid board or leadership. And that's one of the reasons that I'm here today. I've been here for 6 years, and I've been coaching in a lot of other clubs outside the state. But what really sold me to come here and hold a soccer club, it's not only that it's here where I'm living now, it's the leadership. That we have a leadership that sees the bigger picture. Okay, they see 5, 10 years down the road where this program can be. And they're also making decisions. And if they look at making decisions, they're always making decisions on what is going to be in the best interest of the player. Not a coach, not a DOC, not a board member. We're looking at what's in the best interest of the player. And as long as we make those decisions, we're going to continue to grow. Already, we have not only our tournament growing, we have an academy that we started this past fall. There was close to 35 players. This is for 5 to 10-year-olds. And the interesting thing is, I took some of the academy kids to play against another club of 5 and 6-year-olds. And at the end of the game, we just don't coach and we don't micromanage our players. We give them some freedom to be creative. But I got a comment from the coaches that says, your players can play the game. They can still solve problems. And that's what we want. We want to create players that can solve problems that can be creative on and off the field. As far as practices, okay, the one thing that coaches are asked is that the practice has to have a purpose. It has to be meaningful. So when we're out there coaching, we're not killing an hour and a half just on kids just running. There's a purpose with every practice. There's a reason why they're doing a certain drill or a certain activity. So coaches are asked, and also we have clinics that we do, that we ask coaches to come up with a lesson plan and go through a lesson plan. So it's not like they're going to go into the field and win a session. Okay? That's part of my job as a director, is to go out and help the coaches improve the quality of their training, which will impact their job with the kids or their performance with the kids. So it's very basic, but you know, a lot of coaches I go throughout the country, a lot of people think there is a secret about soccer or about developing the club. There's no. It's the simpler you make the game for the child, and you explain the different levels of how you break down the game, it makes sense to them, and then all of a sudden they're playing at it. So it's simplifying whatever you're doing for the child in practice. And the more you do that, the more you come with a more effective session. Coaching staff. A lot of our coaches this past year, we brought in a lot of young coaches. One of the things that when I took this job about 10 months ago, when I sat down with the board, I said, am I going to have the freedom to develop the coaching staff? Am I going to have the resources to identify local former Mobile soccer club players or local players that have played in the local high schools, went on to college and came back. And part of my reason that I want to identify young coaches from Mobile and invest in them is they have a vested interest in this club growing. Because when they went through soccer, it was not as organized. And so we have to invest in our local talent coaches. So we have coaches like Ruben Bristol, who's going to be coaching our U16.